Sonos has a pair of new speakers on sale, the Era 100 and the Era 300. The 300 is loud, expensive, and plays music in spatial audio, while the Era 100 replaces the Sonos One, which has been around since 2017. At $250, the Era 100 is $30 more than the One. The good news is that the Era 100 isn't just a repackaged Sonos One. It has a bunch of new features that make it worth the extra cash. The Era 100 doesn't look all that different from the Sonos One. It's a little taller and it's deeper than it is wide, but the components inside are all totally new, which is a good thing. The One was making use of the same drivers found in the 2013 Play One, so the speaker was due for an update. The Era 100 has a pair of tweeters rather than just one like in the older speaker, and its woofer is 25% bigger. What all that means in practice is that the Era 100 has a lot more bass and more detailed high-end. It's also a good bit louder than the One. Technically speaking, the two tweeters are separated into left and right audio channels, but you don't get any real stereo separation here. It's still a mono speaker, albeit one with more detail than Sonos has offered at this price in the past. While the design isn't wildly different, Sonos did update the touch controls on the top. The One has a play-pause button as well as volume up and down on either side, but the Era 100 has a slider right in the center for volume control. You can tap either side of it for fine adjustments, or slide your finger left and right to quickly increase or decrease the volume. With this change, Sonos was able to add track forward and backwards buttons surrounding the play-pause area. Finally, there's a button on the back if you want to mute the speaker's microphones. Hey Sonos, play music? Speaking of the microphone, the Era 100 can use Sonos voice control to start music, adjust volume, and so forth. You can also add Alexa if you prefer Amazon's Assistant. But unlike on the One, you can't use the Google Assistant here, likely because of some protracted patent battles between the two companies. Of course, if you don't want a voice assistant, you can just not set one up. But for extra security, the Era 100 has a switch on the back that disconnects the mic entirely. Sonos added another microphone-powered trick to the Era 100. It can tune itself to optimize audio quality depending on where you've placed it in your room. This is called TruePlay, and Sonos has offered it since 2015. But previously, you were required to walk around your room for minutes, slowly raising and lowering an iPhone while the speaker played back a test tone. Now you can do this using the Era 100's internal microphone, and it only takes a few seconds. That said, I found that using the old manual technique still yields better results. There are a couple more useful features in the Era 100 that make it a better speaker than its predecessor. The first is Bluetooth, something Sonos hasn't included on any of its non-portable speakers before. I never really needed it, but if you have friends over and want to let them play music, this is a quick and easy way to do so. The Era 100 also has a line-in option, as long as you can swallow the extra $20 for the USB-C adapter. This lets you easily hook up a turntable or other audio device. The $550 Sonos 5 has a line-in, but the One did not, and I definitely appreciate that they're bringing this feature to a less expensive device. The Era 100 is obviously a better speaker than the Sonos One that it replaces. In fact, Sonos will stop selling the One once it runs out of stock. It makes sense, as the Era 100 does everything the One can do, along with some useful new features and improved audio quality. And while it might not be as powerful or dynamic as the new Era 300, or have that speaker's spatial audio features, it also costs $200 less. For most people, the Era 100 is an easy choice to upgrade their home listening experience. But if you already own a Sonos One, you don't need to rush right out and get the Era 100. The One still sounds great and should be well supported for years to come. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned into Engadget for more news and reviews.